Hello everybody and welcome to Parks Bros. It's Drew here, and today we're back with another West Coast Racers construction update at Six Flags Magic Mountain, thanks to our great friend John. Huge thanks to him. Make sure to go check out his Instagram down in the description below. But as you can see, the frame of the station building is progressing ever so slightly in the fact that there is actually a skeleton and a frame around the pit stop itself, and it actually has an open area for the train to go through already, almost like a open door, I guess. But you could also see some new paint colors going on the soon to be chicken and waffle stop, as well as a chicken wing stop, I believe, but it is the chicken themed restaurant for the underground. So definitely a lot of cool chicken dishes that you'll be able to get there. It used to be the old Mexican restaurant before Cyclone Bay was closed down for this project, but tons of new work going on in the station building itself, which is incredibly exciting. And you can even see the glimpse of a stairway, but we'll get to that in just a little bit. But everything's looking fantastic with this area of the land. There's a lot of stuff going on, and it doesn't look like too much, but there's a lot more going on in the past couple weeks than there has been in some of the weeks previous. But a lot of this is intricate work, a lot of electrical work, a lot of individual pieces of framing for the building itself. And while it doesn't seem like too much, it is actually a heck of a lot more work than you'd probably end up expecting. And a huge thing right now, as you can see, is a worker climbing up a finished stairway. So there is a stairwell that is going to lead up into the station area, as you can see. Now, it does appear that this stairway is in between the two sides of track, so I'm very interested to see exactly what it will be used for. Whether they changed the original plans for exiting and entering the ride on the same side, which I'm pretty sure they're sticking to that plan, but that stairway may be used just for emergency exits, specifically for getting stuck in the pit stop, which that will be on the left-hand side of the station building. That will be an entire experience while waiting for the next train to be loaded and dispatched for you to race. From every view we can get of this stairway, it definitely seems to be in between the two sections of track, so hopefully we will get a better understanding of exactly what that's there for, and I'm guessing it's just for a potential on-ride exit, just in case something goes wrong with the ride and riders are stuck in the pit stop for too long. And in all honesty, that would make the most sense in the position it's in. But it should be interesting to see how all of that turns out. And as you can see, this crane is taking up pieces of the frame piece by piece towards the station. Now, another exciting thing that's going on at the site right now is the fact that at least primer has been finished on the new restrooms, which is awesome. And they have even planted some new palm trees, and that looks to be potentially in that spot we were looking at last week with a new potential planter. And they are definitely smaller palm trees. They're brand new, it would seem, which is just a lot cheaper to do than bringing in a full-size palm tree out of the get-go, and honestly is logistically a lot easier. So it makes total sense, and honestly, in the next couple of years, this will definitely be full grown and be an awesome piece to the area and really add to that LA theme, which is awesome. But it's great to see plant life starting to show up in the underground, and I really think it's needed, because although it is a street racing LA based theme, we do have at least a little bit of foliage around LA. So I'm really excited to see potentially more showing up in the future. And also it just seems to be that the concept art is coming to life more and more every week, which is awesome. Here's another look at the framework of the station from the queue line of Jetstream, and you can even see some of the housing development progress going on in the background behind it. But everything is looking awesome with the station building so far, and I'm very excited to see where this can get in the next couple weeks. And just to let you know, there has not been a pull through, at least that we know of as of yet, and it definitely looks like they're going to be holding that off until the station is at least completed with its framework to make sure it can make it through the building okay. And honestly, I think that's probably for the best. But looking at the transfer track, you can see some electronics work that looks to be potentially finished, which is great news. The fact that the transfer track might be finished electronically, but you can also see tons of movement in the station. I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different workers in the station area itself, it would seem, which is really great news. The fact that they're putting so many people onto this part of the project right now. But it definitely makes sense because it is the biggest part of the ride that is yet to be complete. But it's really crazy to see all of this starting to come into fruition. And I'm really interested to see what the other stairway on the other side of the station will look like, because supposedly the interior of this building will be themed like the West Coast Custom Shop. And inside the West Coast Custom Shop, there's actually a spiral staircase that leads up to an overlook for the entire shop itself. And I'm wondering if they're actually going to go through with that and have a spiral staircase leading up to the second floor, because you will be loading on the second floor after going up a staircase. But here's another closer look at the transfer track, which is looking fantastic. And even you can see a worker checking it out here, making sure everything is good to go, at least at the moment in time. But I'm super excited to see where this station building can go in the next coming weeks. And I'm even more excited to see the progress with the land itself, because it is really coming together as of right now, especially with the chicken shop being close to finished, as well as the other areas of that land being finished up as well. But here's the last thing I want to talk about, and that is the fact that the asphalt has been finished in front of the preview center, which is still closed, sadly, but it's looking fantastic from this side of the land itself. And hopefully we'll see some theming go around that archway in the near future to make it a more grand entrance into the underground like it is in the concept art. But also you can see the preparation for netting underneath certain pieces of track, so it definitely does seem like we will be receiving netting for the ride itself, just as an extra precaution to make sure nothing is falling on riders or nothing is being thrown at riders or whatever may potentially be the case. But I think that's honestly a safe bet. Although it won't look as great, it is definitely better for the safety of riders as well as just other guests throughout the park if anything was to fall from the pockets of riders, even though they shouldn't have anything in their pockets while riding. But this is amazing looks at the entire site, and I'm super excited to see everything that happens. And a huge thanks goes out to John for getting us this footage. Make sure to go show him some love in the comments below. But if you haven't, make sure to subscribe, because we will have tons of West Coast Racers construction updates in the near future until this ride is open and ready to go for us, as well as tons of other updates for other new rides and attractions in the Southern California area, and even tons of reviews and vlogs alike. But again, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, we'll see you on the next ride.